Hi my crafties, it's Tree. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good and crafty day. I have another project share for you, but it's that Santa Claus Christmas ornament that I just showed you, and I've just been still working on it. So I guess this is part 2. So I'm going to move the Kabbalahs out of the way, and my sign still says Dreamy Tree, 3dsvg.com, and it's the Santa Jingle Bell Ornament. Reminder that I am a Dreaming Tree affiliate, and my link will be in the description box below. And what that means is if you click on my link and it takes you to Dreaming Tree and you make a purchase there, I get a percentage of whatever you purchase. Small percentage. We're still working on it. Okay, so this is the Santa that I made and showed you previously. All I did differently was I added this glitter holly, and I took these robin's eggs, these dewdrops, I call them dewdrops. So they're just these little flat gems. People call them cabochons, and I put them on a scrap piece of paper, and I colored them red with my Bic marker, which is an alcohol marker. It's inexpensive. It's the same thing as a Copic. The only difference between a Copic and a Bic is the price, and that you can't refill this. A Copic costs more, has that chisel tip and the fine point tip. This one's just going to come with one tip where you get to choose which one you want. There's Bic, Sharpie, Copic, and Spectrum Noir. You know, all kinds. Stampin' Up has theirs too, I think. Anyway, for things like this, I just use the, I just use Bic anyway. Alright, so I've got a mess down here now. Sorry. Okay, so I did that to that. Dreaming Tree, when they made that, they put a gem here on the end. So I just put a gold sequin and a snowflake sequin. I don't know if you can see that in my lighting. There we go. And then I took my seed beads, which are actually a rosy color. Once again, I threw them down on a scrap piece of paper and started coloring away. I crumpled up the paper first so that they would stay kind of in an area, and just scribbled like that until they were about the color that I wanted them. They're not, I would say they're not completely covered, but just this and that, and we're done. Okay, so there's Santa. He's gonna stay over there, and this is the guy that spurred this on. Isn't he so cute? So I shrunk him down. Haha. That is the most amazing thing about SVG files, is that you can. I could make him fit on a 12 by 12, or I could make him fit on a 6 by 6. And that's what I did. I created him to fit on a 6 by 6 piece of paper. For this one, I used my beloved DCWV Solid Whites Specialty Materials. And I'll do a quick flip through. I love the chunky glitter. Creams and textures and holographic. And this holographic, my scan and cut through it. You just need to have a really tacky mat. Alright, so I used the textured one here, the holographic one for the body, and the chunky glitter for the beard and all that. I just used a clear rhinestone and the little snowflake sequin in the 3 places. So after I created him, then I went, oh, I gotta do this guy too. So let's move that there so you can still see him. The other one I made was, oh, I was gonna tell you, I have the Jingle Bells on the bottom, and I just used white embroidery floss. There we go. And these bead caps on here. They're silver because I was going with a silver and white. Those come from this chain of crystal-y. I mean, I think it's plastic, but it looks like a crystal. And I stole the bead cap off of them. And I only buy these when Michaels has them on sale, like 50% off or more. So 40% is not going to do it. Not for me. Not for those. So, then, oh, I was going to show you. I used last year's Sugar and Sparkle by Recollections. I had an extra one of these. I used this furry looking one, and I used this snowflake one. But I'll give you a quick flip through. It is double-sided paper. So hopefully you can see both. I really love this one. And I'm dropping things. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. So, there he is. Isn't he cute? I love him. Trying to find some light. There we go. So, again, same sequin, same rhinestone, but I used a pink Bic marker to color that one pink. And this, the nose, I think was this snowflake paper backside. And then, oh, so when you buy beads, they come on that fishing wire filament. And this one looks like it has a little bit of wire through it. It was a little harder to cut through. So I used that. And I use this, oh, I love this bead. With all the colors and the sparkle. There's the sparkle. Oh, I love it. So I just purchased this at Hobby Lobby because they were having 50% off. I will say the fishing wire, or fishing line, filament, whatever it's called, was a little harder to work with. I think if I had to do it again, I would do the thread, because you have to bend it and it's gotta go a certain way. But like this one, I can stand him up. He's not going to be perfectly flat, but it just collapses underneath him. Where this, it's not going to. And when I package it up for Christmas, or not Christmas time, I'm going to have to be very careful that these don't get crimped or bent or anything like that. But the pink rondelles I used are, so when my Oceanside Hobby Lobby opened up, shortly after I went, and I found these on sale, and I was mostly using them for like shaker bits, but they came in handy, and they're down here. They look really cute. And I love my little Santas. Okay, so for those of you who aren't interested in SVGs or what I'm going to talk about next, this would be a good time to sign off. Otherwise, it might be kind of boring. But it's also kind of interesting, too, if you're kind of on the fence of whether I'm going to get like a Scan and Cut, a Silhouette, or a Cricut, or whatever else is out there. You might want to listen. But, okay, so I mentioned that if you wanted to use the chunky glitter paper, you needed a tacky mat. And one thing that I found online is that there are tutorials where you use your scrapier tool and you clean off all the sticky that comes with the mat and baby wipes, because you got to get it wet, and then you can scrape it all off. And then they use this Zig two-way glue to add sticky to it. So it works. It's not a perfect world, but hold on one second to grab something that's on the floor. But it does work. What I found, because I had run out of this Zig glue, and this is pretty expensive. It's like, I want to say it's like the $7.99 range. And you get, anybody see how much you get? Content. 25 grams. That's not very much. It's a lot of money. It might be $5 or $6, but it's still a lot of money for 25 grams. Okay, so the wet wipes I use are these Up and Up from Target. You actually get 72 wipes, and it's 99 cents or $1, something like that. It's cheap, and I use that. Now, I used it before to clean it off because I needed something inexpensive, right? And then, I'm going to sneeze, hold on. All right, I'm back. And if you said, God bless you, thank you. So now what I do, because I ran out of the glue at one time, is I just was desperate and I wiped down my mat with the baby wipe. And you get a lot of dust and lint from the paper that you cut, and it removes that. Now, it is a plastic 12 by 12 sheet or mat. It's very thin. It's thicker than cardstock, but you know, it's plastic. So it will need some time to dry after you use the baby wipes on it. But that worked for me, and I didn't have to go out and buy more of this glue. Now, I have quite a bit in here still, so I will find a reason to use that and use it up. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to talk about is sizing and resizing the files. So with the normal Dreaming Tree file, so take Santa, you would get the part for the body, and it comes all together. Like, you would get the part for the body, and then you would get an overlay that has all the dashed lines for the score lines. But if you move the body, the score lines just stay there. Or if you move the score lines, the body just stays there. So make sure in your software you highlight both of them, group them together. Okay? So after you do that, one thing I love about SVG is that you can take this and create that. And I could ultimately fit it on a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock and cut it out and make a ginormous Santa. So, in order to do that, after you've downloaded all these parts and you've highlighted them, I just take them as I download each color, or each color group. I highlight it and go into edit and then find the group. And if it doesn't have the group highlighted, it means you don't have to group it. And then I move it off to the side, because they will all, if this were my mat, it would all fit in this upper right hand corner. Unless it's 12 by 12, then it would fit in the whole mat, but the whole screen. So then I move it off to the side. It's still there. And then when I have everything downloaded, I bring them all to the center, and then I give it a name and I save it. But if you want to resize, and I don't have a way to video it and show you how I do this. Someday I will figure out how to do that, and maybe I'll start doing things like that. But group all the pieces together, you know, the body, the 1, 2, 3, 4 of the beard, the hair, this, you know, every little piece. Group it, go into edit and group. And then what I did with this, I made sure that, because this has like 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, so it has the red, which is 1. It has the trim, which is 2. It has the face, which is 3. And then it has the hair and the beard, which is 4. 4 pieces, okay? So that's not a lot to do. I just made sure that the body, which was the biggest part, was clearly visible on its own. And all the rest of the pieces were over here. But I did group them all together. And then I pulled in a square from my shapes and I sized it to be 6 by 6, so it would fit on a 6 by 6 piece of paper. You can, oh yeah, you can see it fits right here. This is the body, and this is the fur trim, and then this is the beard pieces and the mustache and the hair. So only 3 pieces of paper. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and then that one was a pink, so I just used a scrap. And then I made sure that with my 6 by 6 square that body piece fit within. I'm going to pull this out. There. So it would fit in that 6 by 6. I don't know why it's shaking when I move. Do you see that? I hope it's not doing that on. But anyway, that's how I did that. And then what I did was I ungrouped them and then saved them so that when I send them to my machine to cut, because the machine won't ungroup them, and they, you know, if I had all the pieces, like all 4 papers piled on top of each other, and I sent it to my machine, it wouldn't ungroup them, and they would be cutting out all on top of each other, which would be a big mess, right? So then you have to ungroup them, and I send them over 1 color at a time, and then I cut. But this one, I could actually send all over all the pieces, and then from my machine I could delete the ones that I didn't want to work with, and then cut it, and then just go back and, you know, retrieve it again. So anyway, that is my share. That's my little SVG tutorial. I will say that we call it SVG. That's kind of generic, but Scan and Cut uses an FCM, and I don't know what that stands for. I will look it up, but I don't know what it is. Silhouette uses something totally separate, and I think Cricut uses SVG? I don't know, maybe they have a name for theirs. So when I go shopping at Silhouette, I have to click that I want an SVG file and not whatever theirs is. And they actually charge you more for an SVG than they charge you for their brand, which is fine. It's not much more, you know, like 20 cents more or something like that. But just so you know, it's going to be a little bit more if you buy something from the Silhouette and you have to click on the SVG. Now, Cricut, you have to click on the SVG as well. I heard Lasagna say that. Hi, Lasagna. And I'm not certain if any other machine will accept the FCM. I would be, since the Canvas Workspace is an FCM and it is a free source, anybody with a different machine like a Cricut or a Silhouette, please try it out and let me know if it works, you know, on some scrap piece of paper. So anyway, I am going to let you go because it's probably like 5 in the morning right now. Okay, so I spilled some I spilled some glitter stars all over the place, sequins, but some of them were so small it was like glitter. And then I had to get up and get something, and that meant stepping in them, so I had to clean them up. So anyway, I've been doing that. And oh, I was going to show you the ronde. Did I show you the? Yes, I did. Okay, so I will end here. I hope you're having a great day. God bless you all. I will catch you in my next video. Bye for now.